I'm kind of behind with my book reviews at the moment, so I'm hoping to catch up by videoing a couple. And today I'm talking about Closer Than You Know by Brad Parks, published by Allen Unwin, and it's out now in Australia. I read another of Parks's books last year called Say Nothing, and I very much enjoyed it. It came as a bit of a surprise. It was a legal procedural, and I realised I don't read many of them nowadays. This is also a legal procedural and is centred around a young woman, Melanie, who arrives to pick up her child from family daycare to discover that her 3-month-old has been taken into care by social services. She and her husband Ben attempt to find out why, and she arrives home that night to discover police tape around her house and news of a drug bust. At the same time, we meet a public prosecutor, Amy, who's been working on a case involving a rapist who whispers to his victims. She's re-interviewing some of the women, hoping to identify linkages between them, when her boss asks her to take on the case of the drug mom, hoping to get charges laid as soon as possible because he has political aspirations. We then find out the charges against Melanie are even more dire because not only is she accused via anonymous phone call of possessing drugs, which the police find in her house, but she's also accused of trying to sell her son. Melanie initially suspects her younger brother Teddy may have left or hidden drugs in her house because he's had a drug problem in the past, but it soon becomes evident that the drugs have been planted and Melanie has to understand why. The only motivation seems to be the fact that Alex, her son, was removed from her care, so she needs to find out who wanted that to happen. Parks actually telegraphs this quite a bit because there's a prologue in which we meet a young white-collar middle-class couple who are registering with a foster agency and hoping to be able to adopt a young child that will be coming into their care. We don't learn who the couple are until the end of the novel, obviously, and I think things came to a head a little quickly for me towards the end, but I was kept guessing for most of the novel in relation to who was possibly behind the rapes and the allegations against Melanie. I very much enjoyed this novel. I really loved the characters. Melanie was great. She's allocated a bumbling public defender who surprises us all. And I think we're also pleasantly surprised by the support she's given from her estranged family, including her parents and then her husband and her brother. As I said, this was a really well-paced novel. I read it easily in a sitting. It was a great plot, very enjoyable.